down your volumes and take out your earphones because I will intend to scream this way. Okay, first of all, why is it supposed to be like this? It's a freaking main character. But then I answer my own question. After all, it is an emperor. But then I ask the other question. Well, they cannot run away from this emperor anymore. So then I ask the second question. Well, he can't be knocked out just yet. Then I just suddenly decides to scream. Then how will he win? Why will you throw these despairs in me all the time? And now it even seems like another character is dead. Why? I know he would have lost because if he had won, people would not have shut up. But are you telling me he is gonna be knocked out by one single attack? And then you're telling me she might be dead? You can't do this to me. Don't give me this kind of despair. It's heart-wrenching. But this is the One Piece chapter 923. Easiest way to sum it up, yes, of course, Luffy lost. Well, that was not surprising. Not because Kaido is a Yonko, but because despair must always win, otherwise people will not stop complaining. But the fact that Kaido were the one who knocked him out in just one blow honestly pisses me off. He even did it when Luffy was in Gear 4th. I know Gear 4th would not have been able to defeat Kaido. Why? Because it's a Jonko, not because Kaido is stronger, but because he is a Jonko. And again, despair always has to win! Otherwise, people will not stop complaining. But I am one of the few who complains on the opposite. So that just means Luffy has to find a Gear 5 or a Gear Goto. So he begins to fight Kaido, but then suddenly he sees Speedo, who reveals that she couldn't protect the master, as apparently Kaido attacked them even when he was drunk. And then we see a picture of what seems to be a dead Tama, because we only see her hand that she is laying on the ground. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. You are freaking kidding me, right? She is not dead. She cannot possibly be dead. First, you throw that into me, and then you give me this ending? No. Just no. That's too much despair for me to handle. Of course, Luffy does not like it, and Law tries to stop Luffy from fighting that, but we all know that Luffy is a guy who listens to his heart and his emotions, not his logic, because he doesn't have any. One of the few things I actually liked about him as a character, because I hate logic, it was prevents people from becoming humankind. Either way, Luffy just screams to Kaido that he's here, as he says Luffy is the one who's gonna become the Pirate King. He then tries to punch Kaido. It's worth noting that he actually is punching Kaido, but it doesn't appear like it has any effect on the monster. But the only thing that people are commentating on is the fact that he's getting pummeled. They are basically saying, okay, Kaido is not being knocked out, but he is being pummeled. Almost like that hasn't happened before. So, well, either way, it ends to the fact that he actually goes back to human form and seems to sober up as Luffy enters his Gear 4th and just does a Kongan that does not hurt the person but just drains Luffy's stamina as everyone looks in awe, even Shotomaru, who asks who is that guy. Suddenly, with immense speed, Kaido attacks Luffy with a Divine Thunder, which is basically, I think, a hockey-infused attack made by his spy club, and knocks him out in a single hit. Uda, I know you wasted a lot of characters when you did Whole Cake Island arc, but Luffy freaking fought Katakuri, and his haki should have gotten stronger. What happened to Future Sight? What happened to it? Or are you telling me Kaido was so fast that Luffy couldn't dodge? Or are you telling me that he hasn't mastered Future Sight yet? What happened to Haki improvement? What happened to it? Why do you have to throw this despair into me? Because in the end, a Yonko is a Yonko. I complained last week that if Luffy suddenly can punch Kaido, why couldn't he move Big Mom? Well, I guess this was to shut me up then. Because none of the attacks worked on Kaido, but that was to be expected. But again, not because Kaido is stronger, but because he's a Yonko and despair has to win. Otherwise, people will not stop complaining. This is the 4th time I've said that, but I'm sticking close to that thing. So, but still, this is still very dangerous. How the hell is he gonna win? How the hell is he gonna win against the strongest creature if this just keep on happening? Because you have to realize something. Kaido has to fall. How? I don't care how, but he has to. They can no longer run away from this fight. They can no longer just do that. He has to fall. So how can Luffy get stronger in just 2 weeks' time? Hell, how can he even escape from all this? Very likely Law is gonna save him. Because, well, it's Law. So still, though, this is the strongest creature. A very disappointing, heart-wrenching chapter. In fact, but the biggest heart wrench was apparently seeing Tama, likely dead or in the fatal wound of it all. So you tell me she's not Hiyori? Can't you just save her as well? So well, Luffy need to find Gear Goto, or at least awaken his power. But how the hell he's gonna be able to KO that beast? I have no freaking idea. Give me your thoughts if you have.